So what really happens when you get almost 100 curious people in a room to learn about the most incredible, most complex thing we know of, the human brain? Well, we went through all the feedback from the Unlock Your Brain, Unlock Your Life workshop to figure out exactly that. What did they learn? What did they absolutely love? And most importantly, what does it tell us about our own potential? Let's dive right in.
Okay, let's just start with the headline, the big number. After this deep dive into brain science, a staggering 98% of the people there said they wanted to keep learning more. I mean, wow, that's not just a sign of a successful workshop, that's the spark of a real movement. But what was it that got everyone so fired up?
And if you look at the hard data, it gets even clearer. An incredible 88% of attendees rated the workshop as high or very high satisfaction. I mean, the feedback was just glowing across the board. It's obvious the content really hit home, which makes you wonder, right? Who were these people who are so captivated by the science of their own minds?
Well, it turns out that the desire to understand how our brains work is pretty much universal. The group was incredibly diverse, but they were all tied together by this one thing: pure curiosity.
Just take a look at this age breakdown. You might think it'd be mostly younger folks, but get this. The single largest age group was 51 to 60 years old. And at the same time, you've got strong numbers from every other decade, from people in their 20s all the way up. It's just this powerful reminder that the passion for learning and improving yourself, it's absolutely ageless.
And their jobs? Just as varied. You had teachers and academics, which kind of makes sense, right? But they were learning right alongside university students, entrepreneurs, and people working in nonprofits. And that just goes to show you, understanding your own mind isn't just some academic exercise, it's a practical tool for literally anyone who wants to grow.
So what were those big aha moments? What were the specific ideas that led to that huge 88% satisfaction rating? When we dug into the feedback, a few really powerful themes popped up again and again.
First up, people absolutely loved getting their misconceptions corrected. I mean, there are so many myths floating around about how our brains work, and for many people, just getting the clear, scientific facts was a massive highlight.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It shows that going from myth to fact isn't just about learning something new. It feels personal. It's like you're getting to know yourself on a much deeper, more accurate level.
Okay, the second huge theme was accessibility. Let's be honest, brain science can sound really intimidating, full of jargon, but the feedback was crystal clear. Making the mechanics of the brain easy to understand, a lot of times with creative comparisons, was a total game changer.
You know, I love this quote because it's so specific and kind of random. But you can feel that light bulb moment, can't you? A simple, weirdly memorable analogy like a salamander regrowing its tail made a really complex idea just click. That's when you know the teaching is working.
And the one single concept that really tied everything together, the most powerful idea of all, was neuroplasticity. This idea that our brain isn't fixed, that it can change, it can adapt, it can grow all through our lives. And that right there, that wasn't just a definition on a slide for people, it was a fundamental shift in how they saw themselves. And boom, here it is in their own words. Knowing about neuroplasticity directly gave them a growth mindset. It's that massive shift from thinking, well, this is just how I am, to I can actually become more. This is where information turns into real, personal empowerment.
But hey, even with all that amazing praise, there's always room to get better, right? The attendees also gave some fantastic, really helpful feedback on how to take a great experience and push it to the next level.
So the feedback really boils down to this. People loved the engaging speaker, and they loved the interactive parts. But that created this amazing side effect. They were hungry for more time, deeper content, and materials they could take with them to keep learning. Honestly, that's the best kind of problem to have, right? When your audience just can't get enough. And that hunger for more points us directly to the future. That 98% yes, we want more vote wasn't just a number. It came with a very specific wish list. So if you could ask this super engaged group of learners, what's next? What do you want to tackle now? What do you think they'd say? What are the biggest questions they have about their own brains? Well, their answers basically create a perfect roadmap for what comes next. Look at this list. You see a really clear pattern. People want to understand the aging brain and how to protect it. They want practical tools to manage stress and emotions. They're thinking about their kids and how they learn. And of course, they want to improve their own focus and unravel the mystery of memory. It's all about applying brain science to the real challenges of life. And we'll end on this one. This powerful thought from one of the attendees. It just perfectly captures the whole spirit of the workshop. The science is fascinating, the data is cool, but the biggest takeaway is this simple, powerful truth. Your potential to grow isn't limited by your age or your job.
It's unlocked the moment you decide to start. So the only question left is, what will you start today?